those belts tight. You're watching the Bolt Grand National Series.
Ready? Green, green, green.
Only on Legends Racing Network.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bristol, Tennessee, here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. A little bit of a different service than what we're used to seeing here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Tonight we're on the dirt for 75 laps here tonight for the Volt Racing League, the second to last race of the regular season. Tonight we have here at Bristol on the dirt, next week at Daytona, and then we're into the playoffs. But tonight, before we get to tonight's 75 lap feature, we got some heats and qualifying to settle. So currently we're wrapping up practice here in a couple seconds. Right now we got Pacey Wadjet on the top of the board right now. Only have 8 laps at a time out of the 16 that are in here, I believe. I believe we have 17 in here. Oh, well, 15 in here. So have a good, decently sized field here tonight. I think it'd be great. I've drove a couple laps myself. I think it's gonna be a great race here tonight. Both lanes could be used. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out tonight. But we're rolling into qualifying now. So this qualifying session will set the lineup for the heat. So it will go 1-2, 1-2 down the running order. So since I believe we'll only get 2 heats, we don't have enough drivers for all 4. So it will set down the odd numbers will be heat 1, and the even numbers will be heat 2. And they will also set the inside and outside lane respectively. So here we're going under qualifying. They see Nick Hapiak, he's on the racetrack right now. They get 1 extra lap than what we're normally seeing. We get 3 laps here on the dirt, and it's compared to 2 as we see on the normal asphalt racetracks. As like we've seen last week at Nashville, they only got 2 qualifying laps today. Normally they actually see here in the Volt Racing League open qualifying, 30-minute open qualifying that kicks off before we come on air. But tonight we got lone car qualifying for 3 laps. So there you see Bobby Blowers right there. He was pretty fast in practice. Nick Hapiak to the top of the board right now. Another driver to keep an eye out for is Pacey Wadjet. He just set his first lap, 18.635. Let's keep an eye on him, see if he can back up his practice time. He's using that bottom of the racetrack, getting that left front pretty much right on that apron. It's kind of hard to tell where the apron is here compared to the normal surface. You kind of feel that kind of see it just barely. You see that bottom where the apron would normally be on the not asphalt track, concrete track, really. But then kind of wrap your left front around that bottom of the racetrack, and that's pretty good. But right now, pace-wise, you see he reset there, and Kenneth Cheney hard on the outside wall off turn 2 here. Right now we have Jacob Wilson here. We'll see what he can do. Goes across the line, puts a 19.755 on the board. That's his first lap. That was his best lap so far. This is his last lap here. Coming to complete his qualifying run. Let's see what he can do. Off turn 4, pretty high. Getting a good late apex here. Kind of use the banking. It's on the gas, and he improves. So 19.392. So he's gonna have a lot of work to do here in these heats and through the feature tonight. So now we only have 2 drivers that have yet to two drivers that are yet to complete all their laps. That's Pacey YJ. He's stuck in pit. He's in pit road on his third lap. And we also have Lane Myers. Lane Myers yet to get on the racetrack. So we're currently waiting on Lane Myers to see where he will cycle out as everyone else on the racetrack. Just kind of using their extra time in the session to set their pace laps. Set their practice laps. Track will change a lot tonight. We'll see how the slick handles out, and it'll be interesting to see what some of these drivers. We'll pull in some of these drivers maybe during cautions or towards the last of our top three. How this track will evolve, as you know, on the dirt, you get that slick built up, and all the moisture gets ripped, taken out of the dirt, and then kind of you get that rubber laid on the racetrack. Oh, hard wreck for Wygen there. But you see how that you'll see the lane will be essentially become more and more black on the racetrack, and that's where the moisture will be gone, and it'll just be rubber there from these tires, and that will become very, very slick, and that's why they call it the slick. It'll become very slick and hard to drive on, and it's a lot slower. You always try to search around here on the dirt surface, trying to find around for that moisture on the racetrack, and trying to find that extra grip. So we'll see these drivers stay all around the track, high side, low side, and maybe try to use a little bit of the slick, because they'll slick up on the entries first, but then once you get through the center, they'll kind of just be fresh again, because all that speed and all that load you're carrying on that right rear tire going down the corner just kind of spins and just lets more slick into the entry of the corner. But we'll see it progress throughout the entire race, throughout the entire corner. 75 laps here, not a whole bunch of laps, but still will definitely be a lot of laps for this track to definitely slick up. So quickly, as we wrap up qualifying here, let's take a quick look at our weather here tonight. So it is a nice, clear day here in Bristol, Tennessee. Is coming into the late night hours. 7:20 at night. Well, 7:25 currently. So 7:30 at night. You got a 74 degree ambient temp with a 67 degree track temp. Now that's not really a huge importance here that I've noticed, but clear, as I said, clear skies. 5 mile per hour winds northeast with a 66% humidity. So right now so I was mentioning the track state. So track state did start clean with qualifying, but it will carry over from all these heats. It'll carry over from this first heat to the next heat. So the next heat will be a little bit more slick of a track. Heat 2, so we're gridding up for heat 1 right now, and the feature will be a clean track, so the track will be perfectly fresh, and they won't be able to find grip in any lane they go. Just be the quickest way around you have to find. So currently grid up for heat 1 here. So Bobby Blowers, he got the pole, and he will start on the pole for heat number 1. Let's take a quick rundown of our grid here for heat number 1. So currently Bobby Blowers, he got the pole, and he's gonna start on pole here tonight for this heat. So this sets the inside lane, since we only got 2 heats. So this heat will set the inside lane for our feature. So every spot means 2 spots on the racetrack when you start in the feature. So right now, Bobby Blowers and PC Wygen, they'll be on our front row for this heat. We have Tristan Bayer and Jimmy Minch behind them. Leonard Williams and Ronnie Ayers in the 5th and 6th position. The final row, only 8 cars in this heat. It's Greg Pillar and Casey Ellis in the 7th and 8th position for this first heat. So currently we're coming on 1 degree signal. So we'll see how this track really handles, which lines drivers will be able to find. I think this will be a very good race tonight. We'll see if anyone can find that grip on the top side. Eventually, once all these laps get right on the bottom, that top will get that fresh dirt. You get kicks up from the bottom, and you be able to use it up top, and then that top will kind of be better. But I was able to find you'll be able to find speed on the bottom if you could get it done. Get a good handling race car. You can get that bottom rolled well. That'll be really good. Same with the top. So here we go. Pace car is going to take that hard left turn onto pit road. Here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and we're ready to go green flag racing for heat number 1, and we are underway for Bristol. See the wheel spin from everyone. Pacey Wygen out to a great start. Now Bobby Blowers on the bottom. Use that apron a little bit. Everyone's kind of struggling to get into the corner, but they're side by side for the race lead already. Wygen and Blowers into turn 3 and 4. You can see the sliding of the cars try to get that grip of that right rear, drive out that right rear really. Flowers able to clear for the race lead, but let's see where Wajit can find his speed. You see sliding up the racetrack, everyone driving it deep into the corner. The 15 lap heats, they do not count caution laps, so cautions will not count. So Bobby Flowers out to the race lead right now with Pacey Wajit in second. This Wajit starting to fall back a little bit. So since they only 10 technically make it to the heat, but everyone will make it out of the heat if we had more than 40 entries tonight. Right now, these top two are still they're closest on the racetrack right now. Bobby Flowers in the race lead. Wajit trying to find his way around. See, he's not really using that apron there. You can see on the entry, Flowers right on that bottom, kind of clipping the apron and getting that car the turn. You see it right there. And then Wajit not really on there, getting that perfect roll on the center. We're going to start lap 5 here. Going to be a third through this heat. Wajit, you see, he's driving that bottom pretty well, but we'll have to see. I don't think 15 laps will be enough. Well, we'll see if this bottom slicks up enough for the top to be used. You kind of see that dirt's starting to form up on that top groove. See, starting to see just a very slight line as you see Bayer way up the racetrack there, trying to get that outside of work. Right now Wajit, he's all over that car bumper of that 34. So these top two, be two key drivers to watch tonight. Wajit very deep into the corner, didn't get the car sideways enough, and he had to back off to not get into Flowers. And now that gives Flowers a little bit of a gap. Right now everyone's just trying to take their time here. Not really much on the line here. You just get to feel your race car, get some practice. How the car will handle during the main feature race here tonight. Right now, those top two kind of separated from each other. We got some battles here in the back for the 6th place position. You got Leonard Williams and Casey Ellis. They're battling for that 6th place spot. Ellis on the bottom. You see Williams and Pill right in front of these guys. Trying to use the top already. Trying to find, as you can see, all that dirt just kind of kicked up there already, just from 9 laps of use. So you see all the entry dirt, and that will be fresh dirt. They can use fresh moisture just kicked up out of the surface, and they're kind of using it, and they're making it work a little bit, or at least on each other. But right now, Williams on the bottom. Now he's gonna move to the bottom. Ellis go way up the racetrack. But meanwhile, as this battle kept going, now they're back battling for the race lead with 5 laps to go in this heat. Bobby Flowers on the top now. He looks a little more out of control compared to Wajit. Wajit's gonna have the bottom here going to the corner, but he clipped the apron a little bit. Didn't get the rotation he wanted. Flowers will be able to use that outside lane to his advantage, get the run off the corner, just like we normally see it on the asphalt, concrete track here. That top will work with the banking. Right now into turn 3, Wajit, you can see how much he's diving out of the corner, trying to stay side by side with Flowers. Not able to do it. 3 laps to go in this heat. Off the corner right now, Flowers holding on that race lead. Wajit not able to close that gap, and now he's running out of time if he wants to try and start on pole for tonight's feature race. Each of these spots represent 2, so right now, if they finish how they were, Flowers would be starting on the pole for tonight's feature, and Wajit would be 3rd. They only got 2 heats, so this heat sets the inside row. So right now, Bobby Flowers coming across to take the white flag for the first heat of tonight. So this is interesting to see. 15 laps with only 8 cars. You can see how the bottom you kind of see a little brighter compared to what it was earlier, and all that dark dirt right up on the top where all that fresh moisture is. So we'll have to see how that. Oh, we got contact there with Ayers, but Bobby Flowers, he's gonna win the first heat. But you can see how much dirt's already up there on that top. So we'll see. You can see how each lane will work here in the second heat. Maybe the middle, the top will be a little bit quicker compared to this bottom. It's kind of been bottom dominant in this second heat, in this first heat so far. So we'll have to see how the second heat plays out. So take a quick rundown on results of that heat while they're on the grid for the second heat. So the end of the first heat, you have Bobby Flowers and Pacey Wajit, Jimmy Mensch in 3rd, Tristan Bayer in 4th, Greg Pillar in 5th. Leonard Williams, Casey Ellis, and Ronnie Ayers rounds out our field for the first heat. So let's take a quick rundown of our grid for the second heat. So for our grid tonight, so these guys were on the outside in the qualifying. So Nick Kapiak, he'll be on the pole for the second heat, followed by Dylan Chappell in second, Tennant Cheney in third, our last week's winner at Nashville, Donnie Kite in fourth, Brian Earhart in fifth, Jacob Wilson sixth, and Lane Myers around our 7-car field for the second heat here tonight. So we'll have to see how each lane. So that dirt up on the top hasn't really been used, just kicked off from the bottom of the track. So we'll have to see how that plays out. This could be interesting to see where if that top lane can be formed and can find speed in this first heat and the second heat. So we're rolling off here for our second heat of the night. This will set the outside lane for the feature. So whoever wins this heat will start in second, which is a great starting spot. But every track position could matter here. If you try to struggle to find grip around each part of the racetrack, more like this dirt race is going to be very consistency is going to be the key. Don't want to get out of momentum. Dirt tracks really have momentum based, and you got momentum, you can lose a little bit of time each and every lap. And if you build a lot of momentum, just be consistent every lap in, lap out, every corner, you gain a lot of time throughout the entire run. So you take the 1-to-go signal there. So Nick Kapiak and Dylan Chappell on the front row for this heat. So we'll see if these guys stay close together. We only have 6 cars on the track. So Lane Myers did not grid. So only 6 cars on the racetrack for this heat. 15 laps, just the same as the first one. Green flag in the air. We're on our way for the second heat of the night. Then in turn 1, Chappell. Oh, contact with Kapiak. Chappell goes up the racetrack. He's going to fall all the way back to that 6th place spot. It's 3 wide towards the back here. Chappell going to have to try and regain here, but Kapiak keeps the race lead. But right now, Kenneth Cheney and Donnie Kite, they're fighting for that 2nd place position. Cheney kind of blew away from there. Now here comes Jacob Wilson. He's looking at the inside of Donnie Kite. Now they all single file back out. We'll have to see who will be able to find speed in each lane. Right now, so far, it's been see those top, our leader Nick Kapiak. He's running the bottom, still just like normal. So you see anyone else in front. Now they're all running towards the top of the racetrack, all in the middle. You see compared to the first heat, they're all on the bottom. Now they're using that middle to the top lane. You see that dirt very fresh up there, able to find grip. As the bottom will start to slick off eventually, but they will be set for the next feature. So this will be a brand new track pretty much. But right now, everyone's settling in to their positions, see what they can do, get used to their handling of the race car, find what they could do. But Donnie Kite and Jacob Wilson, they're going to be battling here for that 3rd place position. See with each driver, they see so right now Kite looks a little bit more sideways going in the corner, be able to keep that speed through the center. As Wilson, he's kind of not really be able to keep the car sideways and has to kind of check up through the center here, and losing a little bit of that time. But now they're battling for 5th behind them. Earhart and Chappell. You see Chappell had contact on lap 1. He's gonna finally regain that speed back. He's back up to 5th place position. That's 2 extra spots in the feature for him. He will start on the start two rows up. Well, 1 row up. Right now Kite up the racetrack. Wilson trying to make that bottom work. Not able to get it rotated. But now that killed Wilson's run on the top. We'll see what Chappell can do. Chappell, he's going to be able to angle that car down to the bottom. Use that apron a little bit to turn off the exit. Now to be side by side for that 4th place position now. So you're gonna turn 1 and 2 here. Wilson up the wall in the middle of the corner, and that's gonna allow Chapel to clear off turn 2. So Chapel moves to the 3rd place position. I mean 4th place position. See if he can chase down Donnie Kite. And start 6th for the feature. But right now, so this time they're coming to 5 laps to go here in the heat. I think Happyack just out to a big lead, 2nd and a half. You see just how the middle, he's running the middle of the track. Let's go on board with that 6th machine of Nick Happyack here. See just how he runs the racetrack. You see how he just gets sideways. You see big correction on that right, so you just on that right steering right. So can I get the normal famous quote from the Cars movie? Turn right to go left under. Yeah, as you see, that's kind of how it works. He's turning right into the corner, pitching it sideways left, going into the corner, and just using the car, turning the wheel right, just to kind of get it rotated through the rest of the corner and not spin out. And that's the way you make speed here on the dirt surface. As right now he's coming to 2 laps to go this time by. As Chapel, he found his way by Donnie Kite for that 3rd position. Will Kite have any fight back left in him? Oh, deep into the corner there, almost gets him to Chapel off the corner. But that battle kind of settles down. Now off turn 4. 1 lap to go for Nick Happyack for the 2nd heat. So Nick Happyack, no major mistakes here. He'll start 2nd. He'll start on that front row. Pretty much how he qualified. Pretty much finishing how they qualified so far. So Nick Happyack, he's gonna go off turn 4 and he's gonna win our 2nd heat of the night. And we'll move straight into our feature. See everyone there finishing up, so it'll be. So we'll take a quick look at our results here. So here's the results for our 2nd heat. We got Nick Happyack on the top with Kenny Shaney in 2nd, Jalen Chapel in 3rd, Donnie Kite 4th, Brian Earhart in 5th, Jacob Wilson in 6th, and Lane Myers rounds out our field for their 2nd heat. So now they're on the grid for the feature race. So 75 laps tonight. Caution laps do not count. So if they do get a caution, the caution laps will not count. And when they come back around to take the green flag, that lap will count for the for that lap, to completion on that lap, as it is counted under green. So let's take a quick look at our starting grid here for our feature race. So they pretty much how they finish in the heats. Heat 1 on the inside, heat 2 on the outside. 15 car field tonight. So Bobby Blowers, he'll start on the pole with Nick Happyack alongside him as they both are our heat winners. PC Wyatt and Kevin Cheney, and rounding out our 2nd row in 3rd and 4th. And we have Jimmy Mensch and Jalen Chapel in the row number 3. We have Tristan Bayer and Donnie Kite, our last week's winner at Nashville. We'll see what Kite can do this week in Bristol. Greg Pillar and Brian Earhart rounds out our top 10 on that 5th row. And Leonard Williams and Jacob Wilson will be 11th and 12th. Casey Ellis and Lane Myers will be 13th and 14th. And rounding out our field tonight will be that 17th machine of Rodney Ayers. He'll round out our field tonight. He's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to get up front and maybe take a race win away. But as we see in the heats, Happyack, Blowers, and Wyatt, they're going to be 3 tough ones to beat here tonight. They were all 3 very fast compared to each other. All right, take the 1 to green signal as you notice now. Track fresh. No rubber laid down on the racetrack. So you see how we'll see how this transitions tonight. We'll see how this that bottom lane, if it will become less useful, more useful. The top will become more useful. The middle. We'll see how this evolves throughout the 75 lap race here tonight. 15 cars on the racetrack. This will and compared to only 8, so this track will get slicked up pretty quickly on that bottom. But that pace car going to take that hard left turn on the pit road, and we are underway here at Bristol. Sapiak, he had a great start compared to Blowers. Blowers using that bottom, able to make it work. He's going to be able to clear off turn number 2. But now that battle for second position now. Wajit and Happyak side by side. Get a little bit of contact behind those drivers. Wajit, he's going to slide jump right in front of Happyak. Not able to do it. Happyak's going to be able to stay around this outside here. He's going to be able to use this outside lane perfectly. You got multiple drivers in the wall behind. But they're going to keep it straight. But now they settle that down. Happy actually to settle in the third. There's contact. Mitch gonna get contact from Cheney. He goes around. No caution as they keep going. There's the caution. Caution flies right there. See, Minch, he went around there in the front of the field. So we'll take a quick look at what happened here. Just driving into the corner. Cheney got a little bit too deep, and they just got into Minch and spun him around, and multiple drivers piled in there, and the caution flew. So that's our first caution of the night already on lap 3. Let's take a little look at this one. So Cheney, he just drove it a little bit too deep. Didn't think Minch would be a little bit more sideways. You see Minch, he just got a little bit checked up through the center, a little bit more sideways, and these drivers piled in. The 99 machine, Dylan Chappell, contact already in this race. You've seen him in the heat. He had a little bit of contact on lap 1. So right now, Bobby Blowers at Pacey Wajit, no lead him to the green on the front row, but normal rules for tonight. So they'll have choose cone. Fuel will not be a problem. They don't burn fuel under the green, do our kind of caution laps, and they do have a full tank of fuel. So fuel should be a problem. They do have a little bit of tire wear now, but I don't think tires will really be a huge factor. It is a new factor here in iRacing. Recently this year, there is more tire wear on the dirt, so we'll have to see if tires will become a factor. But right now, it shouldn't be any major difference. So they will have a choose cone. We'll have a choose cone coming to one to green whenever they come to one to green. So we'll see what lane, how will the track evolve to see where the leader would want to go. You want to be on the top, the bottom, the middle. The top or bottom, and what the preferred lane be. You want to be on the bottom and just kind of slide up into the corner, or you want to go on the top and just go try and power around the outside using the banking from the outside. Actually, we do have count caution laps on, so it's supposed to not be like that. So we do have caution laps will count. So that will stay on for tonight. So 75 laps tonight. We'll see how they line up here. I believe we'll come on one to green this time by. There's a typically shorter cautions here on the dirt track, but I'm not sure if that's at Bristol or not. I seen there just flashed up a minute ago. You had Bobby Blowers, 2-time winner of the season, but he won at Phoenix, won the duels earlier. Actually, oh no, he did not win the duels, but he was up there in the duels. Get second on the duels early at Daytona this year. But Bobby Blowers, see if he can make that a 3rd win this season. He's also got Pacey Wajit behind him. You see Wajit, he won at Sonoma. He won at Daytona early in the year. Right now, the pace car is going to take that hard left turn on the pit road. We're going back green flag racing. We're back on the way here at Bristol. It's Bobby Blowers out to a great start. Now Pacey Wajit, he's a slide job clear of Nick Hapiak off turn 2. Now they all single file after this top 5 position. Donnie Kite's going to look to the bottom a little bit here on the inside of Kitty Cheney. Oh, it's Hapiak. He got really loose off the corner there. It's going to cause a checkup. And that's going to allow Cheney to go royal fly by on the outside lane. You got a Pillar up in the outside wall behind him. And now Donnie Kite and Greg Pillar are going to try and look by that 6 machine of Nick Hapiak. But he got a caution out, or a second caution on the night. That's Leonard Williams. He's around off turn number 2 there. There's the replay. You get Casey Ellis just got up to the outside wall. Come down into Leonard Williams, and Williams down in front of Tristan Mayer. Bayer nowhere to go off turn 2, and that brings out our second caution of the night. You see just how everyone's struggling to handle the race car. Dirt's really momentum, and once you get that restart, your momentum gets thrown off, and you gotta get back in the rhythm again from a restart. It's very tough to do that, and that's what you can see how some of the really dirt drivers in real life and also in the service, they can just get back to that rhythm quickly after a restart, and that's really tough to do. It's something I really struggle to do personally, and I guarantee you some of these drivers here tonight, they also struggling to do that. Just get back in that momentum. That's a big importance here on the dirt. But right now, Blowers leads with Wygent in second. So we did see on that restart, yet Blowers clear of both lanes. So they are doing a little bit different type of restarts here tonight. So they do have choose cone, but leader is clear by themselves. It will be clear by themselves on the lead. So that is a different restart style. It's got a name for it, but I can't remember. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know what it's called. But there's a name for that restart. I believe it might be the Delaware restart. I don't know, some dirt track in Delaware that I believe that works like that. So later, just get a little bit more advantage, so they get out clear by themselves. So it really doesn't really matter what lane they choose. They get the outside and the bottom, but they're clear of the rest of the field already. So if you want to deep throw that leader, you're gonna have to get them on the restart. Try and get a really good restart to try and launch him into the corner, or be able to take that release street away from him throughout the run. So currently under our second caution of the night of our lap 13 of our 75 lap feature. Seeing the heats, how that track evolved through the first heat and the second heat. So you gotta see that dirt trying to start to form on that top, but more laps under yellow, the less that track's going to evolve. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Right now, Bobby Blowers is still our race leader. He'll choose the bottom. Pacey Wygent will follow him in that choice as well. And Ken Cheney, he'll lead the outside lane about a row back from our race leader. So that's how the restarts will here. So Bobby Blowers, he'll be out to the race lead, clear of both lanes. That's how the restarts will work tonight. A little bit different, but already we're coming to start lap 15. So we're going to restart with 61 laps to go already. Pretty short race here tonight compared to what we've seen before earlier this season. There you go, pace car is going to take that left turn, and we're back underway here at Bristol. Now Blowers out to a good start, but Wygent just staying close to him here as everyone's trying to slide back into the momentum behind them. Everyone's trying to stack up. You see Jeremy Mensch and Donnie Kite, they're side by side behind him. Mensch going to be able to slide up the racetrack in front of Kite, but he's now going to be side by side with Pillar on the bottom, on the top. He's side by side in front of them with Happyak and Cheney. Happyak, he had lost a little bit of momentum, and Cheney was able to get back by him. Now Cheney's going to be get cleared by Happyak, so Happyak's going to move that third place position, and Mensch moves up in front of Pillar now for that fifth place position. Let's see the lane. Some of these drivers be able to trying to use different lanes. You see Pillar all the way up to that racetrack, all the way up to the wall. You see Cheney and Mensch kind of down on the bottom. You see Knight in the middle. Kite in the middle. You see the different lines there. Cheney, you got a little loose on the bottom, and now here comes Pillar. He's got a great run for the top. He's going to take that opportunity. Looks to the bottom, inside with Mensch, side by side through 1 and 2. A little bit of contact. This could stay clean, but now Mensch has the run on the top. He's going to be able to use the outside lane to his advantage to stay side by side with Cheney, and Cheney not able to get sideways at all. So he's his center speed kind of killed out there, and now Mensch is going to be able to clear for that third place, that fourth place spot. That's going to caution out again. That's Greg Pillar. Greg Pillar went around in 1 and 2. You just seen him battling, and Greg Pillar goes around entering turn 1. See what happened here. So down in coming out of the turn 1, Well, this is turn 3, so he drives it into turn 3, gets Cheney right in front of him, kind of momentum stalled out a little bit. He got to get the apron, so he kind of straightens the car back out. He loses all out of the control, just on the dirt, on the front stretch, and the high power, and just spins it into the corner. Luckily, no one else involved there, but that brings out our 3rd caution of the night. Still, he was able to get back going with no damage, so he'll have to go to the tail end of the field. So that brings in our 3rd caution of the night so far. So before we go off into the restart here, we'll bring in our race leader Bobby Blowers. We'll ask him about how these restarts help him. Well, Bobby Blowers, you have welcome to the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I sure do.
All right. Well, you noticed the little different restarts tonight, as I don't really know, forgot the name of them. But how does that affect you normally hear compared to a normal racetrack as like last week as like Nashville? So how is that different, and what advantage does that give you in your mind?
In iRacing, it's completely new, but I have some IRL dirt experience running street stocks, so I am fully used to Delaware double file restarts, but it's a lot nicer when you're the leader. It's a lot harder to get on the jump as somebody behind, which in my seat it's a lot nicer.
Yeah. So on to the restarts, and how much more advantages do you really feel is it the defense compared? Did you see Wygen? He was trying to find a way by you. You got a great restart last time. You're just couldn't really find your way by. And in another way, how's the track really evolving so far? Is running a lot in the yellows. We're not able to get that dirt kind of moisture of the dirt kind of taken out of the racetrack yet. But how do you think that will really alter the lines going into the race?
It feels to me so far like we're just starting to blow the grease off of the top of the track, and I think once we get another couple laps, like probably another 20, 30 or so, we'll start venturing up to the top, but I'm pretty comfortable on the bottom for now. It feels good.
All right. Well, good luck on this next restart and the rest of the race, and we'll see if we talk to you after.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
So that was our race leader, Bobby Blowers. We're asking about the restarts there and how he thinks the track will evolve throughout this race. He was quick in qualified on the pole, won the first heat, and he was able to stay. He's able to keep it up so far. So this time he's using the top lane, as he mentioned. The Delaware double file restarts as leader. He gets clear of both lanes, and everyone else behind them doubles up behind the leader. But this time we'll restart with 51 laps to go, so we only got 10 laps since the last restart. So we'll have to see how this plays out. As you see, Wygen, he dove it down pit road while we were interviewing him. So now Happy actually moved that 2nd place position with Minch side by side with him on the bottom. Green flag back in the air, so Blower is out to the early lead already, and Happy able to clear for 2nd already. As Minch almost gets into him, but now everyone's kind of calamity behind him. Single file for the first 5, but now Chappell and Bayer side by side going into the corner. Bayer a little bit of contact with Chappell. Oh, his contact goes around. Williams right in front of Wygen. Cautions out again, as I don't know if he caught that there, but Williams went around right in front of Pacey Wygen. Take a quick look at that one. See Wygen there right behind him going into the corner. Williams drives it in very deep. Wygen couldn't get the car slide sideways enough. Just got into Williams and sent him around right in front of Wygen there, and Williams went around to bring out our 4th caution of the night. Quick caution there, so short little run there. So the top 3 stay the same. So Blowers, Happyak, and Minch. So during this yellow, we'll bring in our so. Wygen, he was up front, and then he decided to pit. So we'll bring him in and ask him what his strategy is here. Pacey, this is the booth. You got a copy? Pacey, do you have a copy? All right. Well, it seems like Pacey didn't really have couldn't hear us there, so we'll try and bring him in next caution. See the strategy here, but you see, a lot of people dove down pit road that time, so we couldn't get into contact with Wygen there, Pacey Wygen there. So we'll have to see how that we'll try and ask him later about his strategy there. But I've seen a couple dive down pit road under that yellow, so that puts Tristan Bayer up to third, and Dylan Chappell right behind him. So now Wygen, after pitting last time, that's going to move him up to 6th. So maybe you've seen the strategy there. As I did forget about the stage, because we do have so maybe that was his I think that was his plan. We like the normal stage lap 30 of the stage. So actually, I believe that will end the stage. I completely forgot about that. It's my fault there. So yeah. So yeah, he was trying to flip the stage there. Someone trying to pit for tires. He tried to flip the stage for him that yellow. So this will end the stage this time by. So well, at the end of the next lap, we'll end the stage. But that puts Blowers will win the stage under this caution. That moves Tristan Bayer up in the second. So that's some extra stage points for those drivers. So right now, class of the field tonight is Bobby Blowers. He's led every lap. He qualified on pole, won his heat, and he's just stayed up front so far. No one able to take that lead away from him. We've seen a good bit of caution laps here tonight. We haven't really seen the track evolve yet. As you mentioned, Blowers, he was kind of only got the top oil layer of the racetrack kind of off right now. So you gotta get into that dirt on the bottom, under that kind of slick layer on the top, and then it kind of grips up. But we'll see how this track evolves later in this race. So Bobby Blowers, our race leader, as he just went through the choose cone right there, I believe. As you do with a pace car on the go signal. So Bobby Blowers will lead him back to green with Dylan Chappell and Tristan Bayer behind him. So you see Chappell, he started up front in his heat, starting in third, and he had contact early on in his heat. So we'll see if he can regain his momentum. Hasn't really had a lot of momentum tonight. See if he can has anything for our race leader Bobby Blowers. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway here for on the dirt at Bristol. Blowers, that's a great lead again. He's having great restarts, and now they're 3 wide behind him with Hapiak, Wilson, and Wygen. Wygen quickly scoots his way through. He's up to that 4th position with Hapiak behind him. See what he can do if he can chase down 2 cars in front of him, Bayer and Chappell. So they're kind of side by side behind him. Lee Myers and Jacob Wilson side by side for about the 8th place position here. Myers up the racetrack. Now he's going to lose that spot to Wilson. Now he's got Pillar on to the inside of him. Now he's got Minch trying to fight his way back through. Mesh able to clear off the corner there. Myers able to use that top lane. So you can see that top lane starting to come in a little bit. The bottom starting to slick off just a little bit. Everyone's kind of using multiple lanes, but now we're going to back up to the battle for second here. Wygen, he was able to get by Bayer, and now can he find his way by Dylan Chappell for that 2nd place position? Wygen able to use that middle to bottom lane work compared to everyone else. They're kind of using the middle to the top. Wygen, he lost a little bit of momentum off the corner there. Now he's going to be able to kind of regain his momentum, use that bottom of the racetrack. He's pretty much just above that apron, keeping that left front right on that apron where like the yellow line would be. We're on the bottom of the racetrack on the concrete surface. He was able to keep his left front right there on that bottom lane, able to wrap the bottom. Right now, gets into Chappell off the corner. Chappell's going to get sideways. He's going to keep it straight, but that's going to move Wygen to second, and Chappell will lose multiple spots off the corner. And just slight contact, and that really killed Chappell's momentum. Chappell's going to fall all the way back to 6th. But that moves Wygen up to 2nd. Wygen really far back from Blowers, though, our race leader. See if he has anything to catch Blowers right now. But right now, Hapiak's also trying to move his way up through the field. As we move out the battle for 7th here, Jacob Wilson, Greg Pillar, and Jimmy Mensch. Jimmy Mensch down on the bottom of Greg Pillar. See if he can make that inside lane work. You see Wilson in the middle, Mensch on the bottom, and Pillar all the way up to the top. Pillar way loose off the corner. He lose a lot of his momentum. Right now, Mensch trying to use that bottom of the racetrack. Contact with Wilson off the corner. He's going to send him down on the inside wall. He's going to keep it straight, but now he's got Pillar on his outside. He's going to use the apron a little bit. It's going to slow him up a little bit more. They're side by side with that 7th place position. Well, 8th place position now. So they're able to get Mensch at the line there. Mensch able to see if he can slide job off the corner. Yes, he will. He'll be able to get clear for that 8th place position back. Now he's going to be able to regain his momentum, get back to the bottom. If you're gonna clear Wilson for that 7th place spot, and yeah, Mensch able to use that bottom perfectly so far. Able to pull away from these Wilson and Pillar behind him. Trying that Pillar and Wilson side by side for that 8th place spot. This Pillar able to clear off the corner of Wilson. Wilson, will he dive it back? He's gonna try to dive it back into turn 1 here. Able to get the car sideways enough, not able to get the car turned going into the corner. Right now, Bobby Blowers out to maintaining his lead. We got caution. As that's Ronnie Ayers around at turn 4. He's going to be able to keep it back going. No one else seems to be involved. Let's take a quick look at that one. The seats are going into turn 3 here. Too deep in the corner. Oh, it's hit by that 71 machine, Brian Earhart. And Earhart from front down stairs. Ronnie Ayers spins right in front of him through the center corner. Ayers in way too deep in the corner, lost the rear tires, and just spun back up the racetrack. It spun towards the center of the racetrack. That allows Casey Washington to kind of close this gap down now, so we're going to reach again. Halfway in this race, already past the halfway point. That could change a lot of strategies. How people play their strategies differently. More aggressive, trying to get the trap position a little bit more behind to get through the field. But Pacey Washington beat him. He pitted right before that stage. And Bowers, he stayed out, so we'll see how the new tires really affect Washington here. He was kind of maintaining with Bowers before that yellow came out, so we'll have to see how that plays in here. Alright, so right now Blowers our race leader. Pacey Wygant in 2nd here. So we'll have to see how Wygant, he's got that fresher he's got a little bit of fresher tires here. So we'll have to see how that affects him. But he's gonna have to nail his restart and maybe stay close to Blowers. I do have a different restarts here. So we have Delaware double file restart. So the leader gets clear of both lanes. Everyone lines up, double file behind him. And you normally have the choose cone like we normally see. So it's probably better off for Wygant if he follows the race leader about Blowers and able to match his restart and see if he can mount an attack behind him. It's a little harder to pass on the dirt. You gotta get side by side, sideways with them. Kind of follow them through the corner. Trying to take the 1 green signal there, and now we have Blowers. He chooses the top, so he's finding more grip on that outside lane. You have Wajin follows him, but then you got Happy Act right there in that third place position. He's the first car on the bottom. So restart here with 27 to go. See what these drivers can do. So pretty much only what we see in the heat. So we only seen 30 laps in the heats out of them combined. So well, that's all we have left in this race. That's how quick these laps go by here at Bristol, even on the dirt surface. Pace cars off, and we're back on their way here at Bristol. Flowers out to a great restart, but let's see what Wajit can do. As he kind of claiming behind him, but Wajit able to get a better exit off the corner. You see if he can make a move on Blowers for the race lead, going down to 3 and 4. Blowers a little bit sideways through the center of the corner. Wajit a little straighter off through the corner there. Right now, Blauer is able to make that bottom work. Watch is sliding up the racetrack a little bit too much. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Now we got to battle back for that fourth place position. You got Mitch and Bayer side by side off the corner here. Bayer able to use that outside lane. He's going to be able to clear going into turn 1. That's Happy. He almost got him watch it. They're in 1 and 2. This battle for 4 is still the closest right now. In these front 5. Mensch able to use that baking, try to drive it down the racetrack, gonna stay alongside of that 5 machine of Bayer. But not able to do anything yet. Mensch a little bit on the apron. They're gonna stall out his run. It's gonna allow Bayer to clear, pull away a little bit. Single file throughout the rest of the field so far. Battle for the 4th place position, pretty much close on the racetrack. You see this slick starting to form there as they enter turn 3. So right now Mensch is almost under attack from Cheney. So you can see the slick entering the corner, trying to get these cars really sideways on the entry. Cheney got really sideways there, losing a lot of time to Mensch there. These laps quickly ticking by. Only 21 to go. Bobby Blowers holding on to the race lead, but he's got Pacey Wajit behind him. Wajit not letting him go. Wajit staying close. You see that slick kind of towards the middle, so everyone's trying to either go lower or higher than that. You really don't want to hit that slick. It's going to spin your rear tires a lot. You're going to get really sideways in the corner. You see just how much the slick's really affecting everyone's line. And if they hit it, they slide way up the racetrack. Right now, Wajit not able to get it to control it. Caution's out again. That's Ayers up to the outside wall at turn 4. With 20 laps, we got another caution out with 20 to go. Ayers there, you can see he got on the slick, got two sideways, overcorrected hard to the outside wall. They're off turn 4. No one else involved again. So Rodney Ayers brings out another our 5th caution, or 6th caution of the night, I believe. Just under 20 laps to go. So we try to talk to Pacey Wajit earlier. We'll bring him in. We'll bring him in again and see what. Try to bring him in again. See what he can do with his strategy. So Pacey, welcome to the booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, we tried to talk to you earlier about your strategy with the stage there, but now you're back up to 2nd. So what do you think you could do differently to try and get Blowers here? I know that restart's a little tough. He's got the Delaware double file restart, so you kind of have to get by clear of 2nd first, and then you gotta kind of set your sights on him. So what do you think you could do, and what's your strategy to pass him here?
I'm not sure. He's been pretty consistent. Pretty much everywhere I've been quicker than him, he's always been able to cover it off. So I haven't really gotten a fair shot to look at passing him. So I don't know. It'll be interesting when I get there if I have a shot. I'm not gonna wreck him or anything for it. So.
Yeah, laps are winding down here. So what's the intensity? Is you intensely ramping up? You're gonna defend off everyone behind you. How aggressive has really everyone been tonight? How's the lines really also affected you? Able to use the middle of the top, or just kind of just stuck on the bottom? Only able to find your speed on the bottom so far.
It kind of looks like the top might be working itself in here for the late going. for right now, it's been pretty much just try being as close to the apron as you can. But yeah, it should probably widen out here in a couple laps or so.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us, and we'll good luck in the rest of the race, and we'll maybe see you in the end.
All right, thank you.
That was Pacey Wodge in our second place position. We'll see what he can do differently. What able to see. So let's take a look. As you see there, right in the entry of turn 1, you can see that slick, and it's also in turn 3 as well. You see that slick there, entering the corner. You can see the darker. So you see on the bottom there, you get the apron, very dark. You can see that little bright patch there on the top and bottom of that little dark patch in the middle. So that's the slick, and that slick spins your rear tires and spins you out. We've seen Ayers, he got into it and he's spinning out. You see all that really dark brown stuff all the way at the top, fresh dirt. They can get up there and find grip, but no one's able to use that yet because typically you only want to put your right rear in that. That's pretty much the cushion of the track, and that moves up farther and farther and farther as the more track gets rubbered in. But we'll see if Wygen or anyone else can maybe find their way to use that and see what they can do. So as we're 1 to green here, so Blowers once again chose the top. He's got Wygen behind, but Happyak went behind Wygen, so that's going to move Bayer up to that 3rd place position. See if Bayer can maybe clear Happyak for that 3rd spot. We'll have to see what he can do. So this time by, we'll restart with 14 laps to go. Coming to the final stretch of this race. Pace truck gonna take that left turn on the pit road. We're backing away here at Bristol. Wygen pretty close to Blowers here, but he's gonna have a little bit of help from Happyak. Now everyone's trying to get to the bottom quickly. Wygen, good restart, but now he's gonna lose a little bit of time to Blowers off the corner. They're 3 wide behind these guys with Bayer, Chapel, and Kenneth Cheney. There's still 3 wide with Minch now. Big battles behind him. 3 wide, Chapel, Cheney, and man, contact with Cheney with a pillar there. Everyone's calamity behind him. So much going on. Right now, we're going to move the battle with Chapel here. Got Minch on his inside. Side by side with Chapel. Everyone's trying to slot back in line. In this final moments of this race. Wow, Wygen, he was very close to Blowers there. He got way up into the outside wall and way down to the bottom. Now Blowers, he's using the top. Wygen, try to use the bottom. There's the top lane starting to come in. You can see it with Blowers. He's able to make that top work all the way up that fresh dirt. Oh, Wygen, he got out of the wall there off into the center of the 1 and 2. We'll see what he can do. See if he can close this gap back down. Able to make it work right now. Yeah, Happy up behind him as well. These top 3 kind of separated themselves a little bit. They've separated themselves from the rest of the field. As you see Bayer and Chapel, they're battling behind him. Chapel all the way into the slick there, just trying to straighten the car out. Kite's up in the wall behind him. Cheney's also sideways. Everyone's struggling, is searching for grip right now, trying to find their way around everyone. You see Chapel, he's back to the inside of Bayer here for that 4th place position. Bayer will hold on to the top, but Chapel just can't get the car rotated into the center. Contact with Bayer there into the 1 and 2. As we got a caution out of the racetrack again as they were side by side. That's we gotta find the Greg Pillars in the pits. So yeah, there it is. You see Greg Pillar there around and reset. So Pillar hard on the outside wall. He got stuck up against the outside wall, spun it back down to the inside, bounced up the racetrack, and brings out the caution. And that's going to change a lot. So we're going to restart with less than 5 to go. And you seen Wygen, he was a little close to Blowers there on the ticker. He was a little close. He was able to pull that gap back down. So Wygen not letting Blowers get away. He's not going to let Blowers have it without a fight. You also got Nick Happyak. If those two make contact, Happyak is right there. We've seen that in real life happen. In 2022, you had Tyler Reddick and Chase Briscoe. They had contact on the white flag. In 3rd place, Kyle Busch is told to win. So you could see something like that happen here tonight. Hopefully it doesn't happen. They need to have a nice clean finish between everyone, but that could happen. Happyak could take advantage. These two have contact for the race lead. Happyak could sneak his way through and steal this race win away. But you also have Dylan Chapel, Tristan Bayer in 4th and 5th behind those guys. So we're going to restart very late here. Very late restart. So we come down to the final bit of the race. So right now we'll see how Blowers, if he uses the new restarts, so he'll get the lead. So this is only for the dirt here tonight. So he'll get the lead by a clear front row, but he still's got to hold on. Wygant, he's typically followed Blowers. We'll see how that changes this time. So at the line, with the coming to 1 to green, they will choose. And Wygant's able to stay close right behind Blowers, and they were able to dive it into the corner. So as you see, the slick, a lot of slick into the corner, so very little room on the top and bottom to really try and find a way through, see if anyone can pull the slider. So there's all that slick going into the corner, so you can see that slick, a lot of slick now, and all that fresh dirt with a lot of moisture, that cushion all the way up top. Some lap cars getting the laps back yet. Lennon Williams going around there. So Blowers and Wygant will be first and second, with the Happyack in third. Last time, all the top 3 there, they chose the top. We'll see if anyone tries anything different here. Or the restart with only 3 laps to go. I believe we're coming to 1 to green this time by. So we'll see where Blowers chooses. This choose could be very important. If he chooses the top, you'll probably try and take that top lane into turn 1 and maybe hold everyone off. Be very at risk of a slide job. So you see all the top 3 chose the top there. Dylan Chappell in 4th. He'll move to the bottom. Yeah, Tristan Bayer behind him. So Chappell and Bayer are going to try and make something happen on the bottom. So these restarts have been very hectic. Everyone 3 wide, side by side. So anything could happen here. We're going to restart with 3 to go. We'll see what Wygant can do if he has anything to overcome that 34 machine. Bobby Blowers, he's led every lap tonight. He's dominated all night long. See if he can change, if Wygant will be able to change that. Green flag back in the air. Flowers on the gas pedal. He's got Wygant right behind him on his bumper, though. Going through 1 and 2. 3 laps to go. Will Wygant have any opportunity? Off turn 2. Wygant's a little closer, but he's got Dylan Chappell right on his inside. Chappell almost gets to the Wygant there. Wygant, he's going to try and dive into 3. He's going to pull the slider, and we have the caution. The caution is out, but Wygant, what the question is, was Wygant ahead to steal the lead? That could have gave Pacey Wygant the race lead. And the green-white checker, that's very important. That's big. But it looks like Wygant is scored the leader, so Wygant was able to steal it away. So let's take a quick look at that one. Yeah, Kenneth Cheney spun around off turn 2. We get contact with Donnie Kite off turn 2 there. And Jimmy Mitchell on the bottom. So you see Kite way up the outside wall. Cheney just couldn't get the car sideways. Just drove up the racetrack. Kind of hit Kite and bounced off the outside. Bounced off Kite, which was on the outside wall. But let's take a quick look at this race lead here. The move for the race lead here. So here we go. So Wygant, he's got the run off the corner first lap on the restart. He's going to try and pull the slider here. Going to the 3 and 4. He clears for the lead, but he was going to, and Blowers was about to pull that crossover, but the caution came out right when Wygant cleared, and it scored Wygant the race leader. So Wygant was able to steal the race lead away, and now he will have full control of the restart. But now will Blowers be able to do anything similar to what Wygant just did? So they have 3 attempts at the green-white checker here. So we'll extend this race. Hopefully we can make it back to the white flag. But these top 2, Bobby Blowers and Pacey Wygant, have not been able to get away from each other all night long. And they've just been battling pretty much all night. But Blowers, finally, but unfortunately for him, he lost that race lead there. It's an unfortunate timing of that caution. And Pacey Wygant was able to finally get by him. Wygant seemed a little bit better, but he just never could find a good shot at him to pass him. And now he got by him. Now how will Blowers be able to deal with that now Blowers going to have to go on offense tonight. See what he can do. He tries to pull the slider the same way Wygant did. We'll have to see. probably the top lane, probably going to be the way to go. See everyone use the top there in 1 and 2. All those leaders that went up top. But we're going to have to see, can Wyatt hold on? We've seen him win at Sonoma. Came up short last week in Nashville. Now Bobby Blauer is going to try and get another win this season as well. Seen him win at Phoenix earlier this year. And Blauer's take another win. But he's been dominant all night, but now he's got to play offense. So you're coming up to the choose. They're both going to go to the top. Chappell's going to stay to the bottom in third. That's going to put the Happy-Ack on the outside in third again. So now Happy-Ack, Flowers, and Wygen, the first three on the top. But now, the biggest change, Wygen is that leading car, and Blowers is the second car. So now these top three are going to go battling out again. Now they only got 2 laps to make it happen. First attempt at a green-white checkered. It's a chaotic race here tonight. Very fun, very exciting. We have to see how the track evolved. And now the pace car going to take that hard left turn, hopefully for the final time tonight. Green flag back in the air. We're on our way for the first attempt at a green-white checkered. Washington had a great restart, but now can Flowers, can he make up this time through 1 and 2? He's got Chappell right behind him on this inside, but Chappell, he's going to be able to clear up for second, but he's going to have to give space to Flowers as he has the run. But Washington clear for the lead, but can Flowers make it happen? But the caution's out again. We didn't get through 3 and 4 once again, but that's going to put Washington out in the lead. But the biggest question, did Blowers hold on the second? I believe he did, as just Little Williams, he went around there. So Little Williams, contact with Donnie Kite again off the corner. Just big hits to the inside wall and multiple cars. Jacob Wilson also went around there as well. So another caution. Again, and kind of involving Donnie Kite just on the outside. And just trying to get everyone just trying to slot in line, just not having the space. They make contact, and they make contact again. But now that brings us to our second attempt here at our green-white checkered. Only got 2 more attempts here, so we got this attempt and the next attempt. If they cannot make it, if they don't make it back to the white flag after the third attempt, it will end under caution. But that gives Pacey Wygant the race lead, but Bobby Blowers able to hold second. Bobby Blowers didn't get a great restart compared to Wygant, but now he's got another attempt at this. You're seeing how the different restarts really affect the leader's choice with the lines. Most of the time they've all been on the top, but how the track evolved, they're on the bottom early to start this race, and then Flowers at the top, and everyone's just kind of just following. Whoever's in second just following him, because it's mainly been Flowers and Wygant. We'll see if that changes anything, because really it doesn't make a difference with these double file restarts. The leader will stay the race lead, but then they're side by side behind him, so you just rather be in that. If you're in the second place position, you rather just be in the preferred lane side by side with the guy on the bottom who's most likely to clear into the corner anyways. Right now, Dylan Chappell, under a great run for him tonight. We've seen him. He started third in his heat. In his second heat, he had contact in the first lap. He had to come back and crawl his way back through his heat. Kind of up there in the top 5 all night. Now he's up to that third place spot. We'll see if he takes the inside again on the restart. And then Chappell, he's able to stay up there all night. But if these top two make contact, he's there. Just like a Happy-Ack was earlier, but Happy-Ack, when he was at third on the outside, chose that third on the outside, he lost that spot to Chappell when that yellow came out in the middle of the corner. Now Happy-Ack just kind of fell back to fourth there. But right now, Pacey Wygant, Bobby Blowers, 1 and 2, these two have been battling all night. We've seen them, they were close to each other all night through the first heat. They both were in heat 1, and started 1-2 in heat 1, and finished 1-2 in heat 1. But now in the race, where it matters, who will walk away with a race win? So they take the choose there. Wygant on the top, Blowers on the top. You see just the very little gap, pretty much margin for error there on the slick. But now, how will this will allow Blowers another attempt at the race lead of Pasty Wygent. Wygent was able to steal it with a slider into 3 and 4 on their with the 3-lap shootout towards the end, and they had to caution 3 and 4 at the perfect moment. Now, Wygent on his second attempt at the leading at the restart. Can Bobby Blowers maybe bounce an attack? Pace car's off. Green flag back in the air. We're underway here again at Bristol. Wygent with a great restart. Happy I had a great restart as well. Behind Bobby Blowers. Blowers, can he make an opportunity here? Is he gonna run off turn 2? But he's gonna have Chapel almost clear him off the corner. Blowers gonna make contact with Chapel. Blowers gonna go around and right in front of the rest of the field. Donnie Kite hard into him with Lee Myers also involved. As Bobby Blowers up for all night, he just got caught up in that incident. And we're going to go to a final green-white checker. Lee Myers hardly outside wall there. You can see his left front broken. As big change up front. Just see the lack of space off the corner. Just everyone trying to slot in. Dylan Chapel on the bottom trying to slide in off the corner. Not clear. It gets into the front of Bobby Blowers. And Blowers got pinned against the outside wall. And it sends him around. And now Bobby Blowers, a great night for him, is just going to unfortunately go up in smoke kind of right there. As now he doesn't have any time to catch that back up. So Chapel, yep, contact, you see the contact when he got into him. They kind of just sent Blowers around, and there's Kite, Myers, and Williams not really enough time to react. The brakes just don't work as well in the dirt. And they just can't really get on the brakes quick enough. And they just kind of pile into it. But that's going to put Bobby Blowers back to the 9th place spot. That's going to put Wygent in the lead with Chapel in 2nd and Happyack in 3rd. So that moves a lot of pressure off that 0-0 machine of Pacey Wygent. He still has Dylan Chapel to deal with. If Chapel has anything for our race leader. Now they only have one more attempt at this. They have to get back to the white flag. If they don't get back to the white flag, it is over. So Pacey Wygent, we seen him win 2 weeks ago at Sonoma. See if he can win here tonight on the dirt at Bristol. But now that's gonna put Dylan Chapel in 2nd. Dylan Chapel hasn't really been up in this top 2 all night. It's really only been Wygent and Blowers. But now we'll have to see how Chapel can do on the restarts. We've seen him been on the bottom. He stayed on the bottom. Now will he take the top here? So this is our last attempt at the green-white checkered. So right now we're gotta come to the choose here, I believe. Yep, we're coming to the choose. So Wygent gonna go to the top, and Chapel's gonna follow him. As Chapel in his debut start as well, so he's in a great prime position to win this race. But now he's gonna have to try and defeat Wygent. Wygent's been fast all night. Final restart. Pace car off to pit road for the final time tonight. Green flag back in the air. Wygent with a great restart. Chapel and Happyack gonna be side by side for 2nd. Happyack's gonna clear for 2nd here maybe, but now he's gonna have to stay side by side with Wygent. Happyack, he's gonna be able to stay side by side with Wygent off the corner. Happyack's got a chance, but he's losing it all over the entry. He's really sideways on the bottom. There's contact all the way behind him. Wygent in the lead. He's gonna be clear, but Happyack's gonna spin from 2nd. Happyack goes around, but they're going to stay green. They may take the white flag. Wygen out in lead. Chapel 3 wide with Blowers now. Blowers trying to fight his way back up. But right now, Wygen, he won 2 weeks ago at Sonoma, and now he's at the dirt of Bristol. They're crashing behind him. Wygen is going to conquer Bristol, and he's going to win tonight. Mitch is going to steal second away from Chapel with Bayer in fourth. As chaotic last restart, Pacey Wygen able to conquer the last great Coliseum here on the dirt. And we were able to take the race win, take the race lead late, away from Bobby Blowers, and he's going to be able to burn it down on the dirt. He's going to attempt to burn it down. You can't really get smoke on the dirt on the dirt track. Pacey Wygen going to be able to take another race win. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back for our post-race interviews.
Push past all the pain that you're going through. It won't last if you move how you want to move. Get lost in the work that you got to do to be someone better. You can grow into something new. I could be anything that I set my mind to. I do what I need, I can push right through. Fight through those things that are holding me back from the life that I like to have. I'm like, give me time, I'll be just fine. You thought I was worth leaving behind? You're out of your mind. I'll come back better than ever, no matter watch out, you fear me now. I can get real mean, I can get real green, got me hulking now. I don't forget those things, don't hear me loud. I focus on myself, I focus on my health. The greatest revenge is building up yourself. Your life and your drive, building up your wealth. Becoming something better than you've ever felt. If you got dreams that you're chasing, the fear in your life, stand up and face it. Ain't nobody coming to help, you're all alone in this world, in this life, embrace it. I know it might seem hard, it might seem tough, it may sound rough, but this state of mind will get you through a lot of stuff and keep you accountable to stay strong when it's tough. No help, I do it by myself, couldn't even tell it, I've been through well. But on the other side came a soldier, much bolder, standing broad shoulders. Step aside and give me the controller, I came here to win, I don't lose, high roller. I wanna be the best in the game, yeah I came to play and invest, stay colder.
Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway here in Bristol, Tennessee, and we'll talk to our race winner. We'll bring in our race winner, Pacey Wygen. He's talked to him earlier and how he was able to get that race lead. And so, well, first of all, congrats on the win. How were you able to do it? We seen you got that slide jump, you got that caution, but how were you able to set that up?
I don't know. I decided to take a chance on the outside, and I guess I kind of made everybody go up to the outside. I got really lucky on a restart, threw a slider going down into 3, and then the perfect timed caution come out, and I was able to. I was, I guess, just ahead of Bobby there. So at that point, it was just with the Delaware restarts, I had my own lane, so I was able to just hold on to it, and then caution after caution, and having that extra lane to myself was definitely an advantage.
Yeah, so that brings you to your 4th win of the season. You'll probably move to the points. Well, you were 19 points behind Happy Axe, so I'm not sure if you'll take the race lead, points lead, but you'll have a solid cushion going into next week at Daytona as a regular season finale. So what confidence does that bring, and what do you think you can? What's your strategy going into the next week at Daytona?
I mean, the season opener there, it went pretty well, so I'm kind of hoping I can just find my teammates and we can kind of show up like we did in the beginning of the season. That was a fun race to be a part of, and hopefully next week Daytona will be just as fun.
All right, well, congrats on the win, and before we send you off on your way, any sponsors you'd like to thank for tonight's race win?
Yeah, I got shout out PBR Racing for coming on board, sponsoring the race. You guys up in the booth for broadcasting, Rodney and Nick Kapiak, and everybody behind the scenes of Bullet Racing, putting us all on each and every week. Got to shout out the Fastcast podcast. Yeah, just Juicy Spiders Studios, all just everybody behind the scenes here in Bolt that helps everything go around. And yeah, I think that about does it.
Well, congrats on the race win, and we'll see you next week at Daytona.
All right, 10-4.
All right, that was our race winner, Pacey Wygent. We'll try and find Jamie Mensch as our second place finisher. So here, our second place finisher, Jimmy Mensch. So you're able to get that second place spot. Kind of just steal it away. We've seen you right around the top 5 all night. So how was that green light checking and the chaos through that? And what were you able to find your way? How were you able to find your way to second?
First of all, I completely forgot that I was on the podium, so I wasn't even at the computer for a minute. Oh my god. I just tried to drive wherever people weren't. Low line, if you sent it in, you could kind of grip up mid corner and get a drive down. High line was just trying to keep your momentum up. So I mean, wherever there wasn't anybody and I had room to throw the car around, that's where I was trying to go.
Yeah, you mentioned the lanes. So how did the track evolve tonight with the bottom, the top, the middle, and how it slicked up and the moisture got taken out of the racetrack? How did that feel to you, and how were you able to find your way by everyone towards the end there? And what was the difference of the grip really?
Beginning, it seemed like the bottom was just far faster. And then that middle line from the rear tires hitting it would wear out a little bit. People started going up top, and then once that middle lane kind of widened up and the top line had to go way up high, then the low line kind of evened out. So it was like the beginning of the race was the low line, middle was higher, and then it kind of leveled out in those last like 20 laps or so.
All right. Well, before you send you off on your way, any sponsors you'd like to thank for tonight's second place finish?
I gotta thank Ayers. Ayers Designs. He makes most of my paint schemes. I don't know if he made this one. I don't remember offhand, but he makes most of my paint schemes for me, and they turn out fantastic. I gotta thank my wife for helping me around with the kids so I can have time to jump on and race everybody. And obviously, you gotta thank the commentators over here. We wouldn't have a show without you guys.
Thank you. Well, congrats on your second place finish, and we'll see you next week at Daytona.
Thank you. You too.
So that was our second place finisher, Jimmy Mensch, and we'll bring in our third place finisher, Dylan Chappell. We'll have to try and find him through. So he's not in the podium booth here tonight. So he's not in the. So we'll see. So we'll bring in. Well, I don't really want to interrupt anyone else, but so we'll bring in our we'll bring in Ryan Ayers. He's waiting for it. So well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see who we want to bring in. We'll just pick someone random, So we'll bring it. Well, oh yeah, here, perfect. We'll bring in our fifth place finisher, Bobby Blowers. He's up front. And you got Oh, sorry. Oh no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Chapel was in there. Sorry. We'll bring up Chapel. So welcome to the booth. We had a little hunt in the Discord channels to find you there. But that's okay. So Dylan, welcome to the booth. So your debut started as I didn't see you in the standings. So what was your thoughts there and being in contention? How does that feel? Coming to the going to the first start and able to contend for the win.
Yeah, I normally don't get to run Saturdays very often. I do run over on the Bump and Buddy side. That was very interesting race. I got beat around, beat up, and made my way back up to the front, and then tried to clear the 34. Spotter said clear. I got up, and we just it wasn't even that much. It screwed him, and then I guess he was pretty upset. But Overall, I had fun. Glad you guys had me come up.
Yeah, we're trying to find you there. And stuff. It was my bad. I looked right over your name, but it's whatever. There, but yeah, on that last green white checkered, you're right there in that prime position, right behind YJ. And other than being the lead, you're in the prime position. Other than that, but what do you think you could have done differently there to try and steal that race win away?
I don't know, man. I think maybe I should have chose the bottom because I was actually making the bottom work pretty good. I had some damage from like lap 2 that never fixed, so it was a little harder to drive than it probably should have been. But I think I should have chose the bottom. I think I was faster. I don't think I would have got Pacey though. He gets such a good launch, being the leader and being out front too with the Delaware style.
Yeah. So well, before I send you off on your way, any sponsors you like to thank for tonight's third place finish?
Just my guys at the Pizza and Wings and my sponsor over in another league, KT Designs. That's about it.
All right. Well, congrats on the third place finish, and we'll hope to see you next week at Daytona.
All right, see you later, guys. Thank you.
So that was our third place finisher, Dylan Chappell, and our top 3 finishers. So we'll take a quick rundown of our race results here tonight. So Pacey Wise pick up his 4th win of the regular season, and maybe the points lead. We'll have to see how that plays out next week. He takes the win away, takes that lead late away from Bobby Blowers. He was going to take the win here tonight on the dirt at Bristol. And Jimmy mentioned there in second. You just talked to Dylan Chappell there in third. Yeah, Tristan Bayer, he was able to take away 4th, and Bobby Blowers, after getting contact there in the second to last green white checkered, he was able to crawl his way back up to 5th. A great recovery for him. He'll round out our top 5. Kenna Cheney in 6th, Jacob Wilson in 7th, Nick Habiak in 8th, Donnie Kite in 9th, and Brian Earhart in 10th. And that was also our last car on the lead lap, and Lena Williams in 11th, Lane Myers in 12th, Greg Pillar 13th, Ronnie Ayers in 14th, and around our field tonight is Casey Ellis. So overall, a great chaotic race here tonight. Came down to the wire, came down to that green white checkered. You had drivers everywhere, all over the racetrack, all tonight. Great dirt race, and I think it'll be interesting going to see the regular season finale next week at Daytona. It's gonna be a nice Super Speedway race to end off the regular season as well as it started. So kind of looping all the way back around to what we started the season at Daytona. So 60 laps next week at Daytona, and be an interesting one to see out. So I hope to see you next week here for the Bullet Racing League at Daytona next week at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And also coming up on the Legends Racing Network, we have top tier racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Tuesday at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. So hope to see you there. I'm Aaron signing off tonight, and so long from Bristol. We'll see you next week.